Guys, hi. I hope you're fine. How has your week been? Did I hear you say awesome? Thank you. Mine has been fabulous. And TGIF, by the way. Okay, so this is our usual Friday videos. And just like we have kickstarted the November competition, here we are to take you through it. You're not alone at all. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so I am also not alone on the show for today. I am with my colleague and teammate who has always been behind the camera, Jackson. He's going to be in front of the camera this time.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi,
I'm so happy.
Jackson. He made it to the camera. And so we have, preempted some questions that we believe you might have in mind, concerning the rules of this month's competition. And we just want to, take the pain to clarify those things. We don't want anybody to say, I didn't understand. I didn't know that was what you meant. We don't want any of that to happen. So because we don't want that to happen, we have taken the pain to check out for some of the areas where we think people might not be clear yet. And so Jackson is going to be asking such questions that you might have in mind, and I will be answering those questions. But of course, if we don't answer any of the questions that you had in mind, you are at liberty to drop your own question. So Jackson.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Jackson.
Good afternoon.
Good
My name is
afternoon.
Jackson. I've always been behind the camera, but today I'm so happy. I'm in front of the camera. So,
Okay.
Kelechi,
Yep.
yeah, I heard you just, flagged off your November competition.
You were there when that was flagged up, so stop
Yeah.
saying it was me. We all did it together.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what's the topic of this November competition?
Of course, our team is anti-corruption and accountability, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we, had said earlier in the videos that we are not just going to talk about anti-corruption all year through, that we were going to be zeroing in,
Okay.
to deal with the nitty-gritties of anti-corruption and accountability. So right now, we have we are zooming into anti-corruption and accountability, and we are focusing on sectors now. So we have chosen 3 sectors that we will be looking at for our competition this month, and those those sectors are power, energy, and oil and gas. So we are going to be requiring people to write probing questions or write probing poems on, that has to do with power, energy, and oil and gas, that will speak to what candidates, who are aspiring for political offices right now, that will speak to what they have said already, or if they haven't said anything, let us write a poem that is going to prompt them to make a commitment on those sectors. Because trust me, Jackson, power is an issue.
Very big
Major issue in Nigeria. Nigeria is an oil-producing country. Oil and gas has also been an issue. Energy, it has been an issue. So, but some candidates are coming, and none of them is saying something about any of these 3. And then some people has also come, and they are making some very bogus promises, like, we will give you by 4 years, by the end of 4 years, we will increase our, increase whatever we have now to 12,000 megawatts.
Oh, that's
Somebody promised us 24 hours light, like 24 hours power supply if he becomes the president. Somebody else said he's going to be leveraging the private sector. So we want to ask them in our poems, how exactly would you do this? You understand? We don't need all those promises. We are used to promises being made to us. Now we want people to tell us what exactly they intend to do to achieve those promises that they have made.
Well, I must say I like that topic.
Thank you.
Especially the power.
Thank
I remember when we had to do our, video outside in the open air.
Don't even
If we
remind
have
me.
constant power, we don't have to do that.
Come on.
But
And
it's all
not
good.
just power,
Yeah.
energy and oil and gas. You know, so we just use power as an example because those are the ones we've seen people say. So as time goes on, if we see anything on energy and oil and gas, we will, of course, bring it to the fore. But we need our entrants to make their research, find out what these, aspirants are saying, and let it be in your poem. And when you write about them, make sure you tag them. Yes, tag their social media handles. Let them know that their matter is on the table. I mean, that would get them on their toes, and whoever is making any promises he doesn't have plans to keep, that would be a good prompter for them.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. Thank you. I like that. One.
You're welcome.
Okay, so my second question
is,
I understand, every competition has a rule.
Yes.
So what's different about this competition?
Okay, thank you, Jackson, for that question. Now, in the previous competition of October, we had all entrants post only on on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. We announced on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but we only took entries from Facebook. But this time around, it has changed. Everyone is free to post from wherever they are. In fact, you can feel free to post that one poem on all three, platforms. Post the same poem on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You understand that? Now, but when you post, for you to post on Facebook, you have to like our page. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the only way you can. You have to come into my house to be able to, have access to what's in my house, or to drop something in my house. So if you don't like the page, you can't drop something on our wall. So like our page and then post on our wall. That's number one. Number two, you can only post on your Instagram platform and on your Twitter handle. You can't do that on ours. But the only way we'll get to know that you have done something and you have done an entry regarding the competition is when you tag us and you use the hashtags No to Corruption, hashtag Vote for accountability. So if you do this, we will be able to check, we'll be able to, keep tabs on your entries, monitor your likes, and monitor your shares and retweets and reposts. That way we'll be able to take proper accountability of what you have done. And when we have done that, we'll be able to give you a good result at the end. You won't come last if you should come first. That's what it means.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, so just a quick one.
Yeah.
You said we can post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
So for those people that don't know our handles on those platforms, so maybe you can just elaborate.
Yes. For Facebook and Instagram, we are at Splendors of Dawn.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram at Splendors of Dawn.
Okay.
On Twitter at Splendors of. I hope that's clear. On Twitter at Splendors of. Facebook, Instagram at Splendors of Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right, so I believe this should have answered some of your probing questions. Yeah. And in case, like we said, you didn't get the answer you were looking for, please drop the question on our comment box and we will answer. If you intend to reach us on our email, please email us to send your emails to info@splendorsofdawn.com. info@splendorsofdawn.com. We will get back to you. I believe that at the end of this competition, we should have a proud winner like we did last month. Oh. And we will be looking forward to that time. And don't forget, this competition is open for 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to drop all your entries. And after 2 weeks, we will stop collecting or receiving entries. I hope this answers your questions, and I hope this, inspires you enough to write. And until we come your way again, before we run away, we want to say big shout out to all our sponsors and partners on the program of the Anti-Corruption and Accountability, the MacArthur Foundation, the Center for Information Technology and Development, CTAD. Want to say thank you to ISU Media Limited. I want to say thank you to iRecord. You have been, the brain behind some of all that we've been doing. I want to say thank you very much. So until we come your way again, do stay positive and be a point for positive change. Bye and have a beautiful weekend.